Luigi here, and I would just like to tell you, before this story starts, it is pretty scary at some points. So if you're like under 9, then don't watch this at night. And one other thing, by the way, thank you for Freaky Attractions for giving us the idea to make this video in the first place. Make sure to go and check out Freaky Attractions channel before watching this video. Bye!
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Thanks to Tube Solo for being part of this video. Alright, bye!
Hello. Well, I'm about to tell you a story about 2 kids named Toby and Nick. These boys were urban explorers. One day they decided to visit an old amusement park. When they got closer, they got an ominous vibe, as if someone was watching them. When arriving, they took a look at one of the old flyers, and I mentioned, geez, that mascot is freaky. The mascot was a human-looking figure, like a shadow, with a jolly smile. Nick shouted from the top of the Ferris wheel to come up. I was very unsure how we got up there so fast, but I just ignored that. I started to climb up, and something grabbed me by the ankle, and I was screaming laughter. Nick leaned over, peering beside me, and said nothing was there, and that I was messing with him. So I dashed up the Ferris wheel. We had to talk about what had just happened, and I said, well, I would say that Nick kind of got a bit scared. We had a little snack up there, and after a few hours, it started to get dark. I noticed that at the far part of the park, there was a dimly lit flickering light. I peered closer and saw a deformed mascot, like on one of the flyers, but sort of like deformed looking. I looked at Nick, and he looked at me, but that wasn't Nick. It was a mascot. Like, he had glowing eyeballs that glowed like the mist, but instead of a jolly smile, he had razor-sharp teeth. I felt a slimy hand grab me and drag me off the Ferris wheel. I fell off it and plunged whilst getting knocked out. I had visions. One was me staring down, but I was Nick, and I saw me shaking violently. Waking up, I see I'm in the hospital with Nick sat beside me, but he was normal again. However, he had bruises and cuts, so I asked him what happened, and he said that
It was midday, and me and Toby went to this old, abandoned theme park. It looked battered and beaten, and the wood was rotten and melting. There were ripped flyers sporadically around the place, showing an ominous, shadowy figure of a human. It had a jolly smile in the centre of its face, and it was wearing a builder's suit. We walked in, and Toby said to me, "Dude, that mascot looks creepy." And it did. It looked like the photo, but the builder's dungaree was grey and covered in dirt and cement. Its eyes were like light bulbs, glowing and lighting up the mist around him. His jolly smile was now an evil smile, with hundreds of razor-sharp teeth. I decided to investigate the Ferris wheel, so I went up, and to my surprise, Toby didn't follow. In fact, I couldn't see him anywhere. He had vanished. I called out from the Ferris wheel, and then a minute later he arrived. I looked at him, and he was shaking intensely as if he was stuck in a wall in a video game. But I thought he was joking around because he was that kind of guy. So I just looked down, but the mascot had vanished. I looked back at Toby, and he tripped and fell out of the Ferris wheel in horror while screaming. Then I feel a cold, slimy, wet hand grab me firmly by the right shoulder, and before I can see what it is, I feel it pull me firmly down from the Ferris wheel. I hit the ground and blacked out. Then I woke up in the hospital and saw Toby there as well.